Right. Dear students, today we are going to discuss Advanced Level Business Studies Entrepreneurship lesson. Now, this is one of the important lesson for your life, right? So let us have a discussion on this, right? But also for your exam. Um, but more than for the exam, it is important for your life. So entrepreneurship. So first and foremost, let us see who is an entrepreneur, right? So, an entrepreneur is someone who pursues an opportunity. So, a person who is always searching for an opportunity and trying to pursue that opportunity and trying to make use of that opportunity, right? So, for an example, if you take the COVID 19, even though it was a challenge for people, some people looked at from the as an opportunity, use that as an opportunity. Now, for an example, best example is the face mask. See, so during the COVID 19, all of the people, right, most probably all of the people were wearing face mask, and even it was made as a law. So this is one of the opportunity. So an entrepreneur is someone who makes use of that opportunity, right? Pursues an opportunity and creates an organization. Not only pursues an opportunity, but they must be able also to create an organization. Now, here, what is an organization? So it is a collection of people working together to achieve a common task, right? So also you must create that in order to achieve that goal, right? So that's also very important in this scenario. Then the entrepreneurial process involves all the functions, activities, and actions associated with perceiving opportunities. So you need to identify and pursue the opportunities and creating organizations to pursue them. So it was the definition given by William D. Bygrave, right? Now, most of the people complain, my opportunity was taken by him or she. There are no opportunities, but not like that, right? The world is rich of opportunities. Always there are opportunities. So, as business studies students, you need to look into the opportunities and try to earn money. You need to put that you need to actually see the opportunity and generate and create your idea and put it into the action, right? So that's very important. Most of the people, they look at the opportunity, they go to the sleep that we are going to start okay, going to make use, but next day morning they start to do the same thing, but it's not the case. You need to implement that, right? With failures, of course, there are risks, there are failures, there are challenges, but an entrepreneur must be able to take the risks, my dear students, right? Okay, fine. Then let us move forward. Entrepreneurship, right? What is entrepreneurship? So this is one of the definition given by the international labor organization. So let us look into that. So entrepreneurship is the ability, right? It's the ability to launch a new company. You are going to launch a new company and carry it on successfully. Now this is one of the definition given by international labor organizations, right? Let us move forward. Right. Next one, according to the above definitions, right? According to the above definitions, an interpretation about uh, entrepreneurship can be built up as follows. So let us look into that. So entrepreneurship is the process of extracting the environmental opportunities. Yes, of course. Now, if you take the business environment, it is full of opportunities. So you need to, as an entrepreneur, you need to look into those opportunities in a proper manner, creatively, right? Extracting the environmental opportunities creatively and generating innovation while bearing risks, right? You need to generate innovations while bearing risks. Now, for an example, if your neighbor is making string hoppers, as an entrepreneur, you also should not make the same string hoppers, but you can make that string of hopper actually a unique product where it has not been made by anyone before, right? A unique one, a different way. So then only you can actually be a successful entrepreneur. You need to make through innovation and creativity. You need, of course, there are risks. People will say, of course, what is this food? But with by facing the challenges and failures, using a unique product, you can be successful and add competitive advantage to your product, right? Then entrepreneurship is the process of producing innovations, as I mentioned, right? It need to be innovative by managing risks. Of course, when you are trying to do something new, there are risks. But business studies, commerce students, you must know how to manage the risk because you guys are studying management and identifying business opportunities to satisfy human needs and wants. Ultimately, our goal is going to be satisfying human needs and wants, right? Okay, let us move forward now. Right. So now we are going to look into the importance. What are the importance of entrepreneurship, right? Right. Okay, let us look it one by one. So when it comes to the importance of entrepreneurship, there is an enormous need for entrepreneurs who can find innovations and react to changes in the world that changes rapidly. So you guys can see that the world is changing rapidly with the technological developments and other due to other changes. The world is changing rapidly. So as an entrepreneur, you must be able to respond to those changes, and you need to create some innovative products which matches the changes, right? Then you can be a successful entrepreneur, and this is one of the importance of entrepreneurship. The world need innovative people, right? And there is a need for generating innovations to survive in the competitive business world. Yes, of course. Now if you are also producing the same product, it is useless, but you need to be innovative, you need to be creative, and try to solve the problems in the society by creating an innovative product, right? So if the vehicles are running using the petrol or diesel, you can actually produce, already it's available, electric cars, right? So like that, you need to make changes, not the same thing everyone does, right? Everyone is unique, so everyone need to see the um, business opportunities as a different one, and you need to do what you love. That's very important. And there is a need for entrepreneurs in every organization, since entrepreneurs are the ones who give leadership to the changing world. Yes, now in this modern business world, right now, if you ask who earns more, which profession earns more, every job has a limit, right? This is the salary, this is the salary. But entrepreneur means, if you are an entrepreneur, I would say the sky is the limit for your earnings, right? So there is a need, but of course there are failures. But by facing failures, you need to be a successful entrepreneur, right? So there is a need for generating innovations to uplift the living standards. Now, see, how would you uplift the living standards of people? You are producing creative and innovative products. Of course, then the living standards of the people will go up, right? Through satisfying human needs and wants at high level, not the same way every business satisfied. You see, you develop your own business, you develop your own product, you see how it works in a different manner. Don't be the same, right? That's very important. The need for developing business functions in confrontation with the technology that changes day by day. So if you see the technology, it is changing day by day, right? So if you take the leading companies, they are tech companies, so you can actually link your business to that, right? Right. Okay, let us move forward. Right. Then the relationship between entrepreneurship and businesses. Now we are going to look into the relationship. What is the relationship between entrepreneurship and businesses? So the process of producing innovations and managing risks to satisfy identified human needs and wants is known as entrepreneurship. Yes, of course, because I already mentioned that you need to be innovative. Of course, when you are innovative and when you are trying to do something new, of course there are risks, but you need to know how to manage the risks, right? Of course, ultimately you are going to satisfy the human needs and wants, right? That is entrepreneurship. And to satisfy human needs and wants, the production of goods and services, distribution, and all other related activities in it can be explained widely as businesses. Business means, basically, you have learned in the first lesson as well, satisfying human needs and wants, production of goods and services, and distribution, right? Accordingly, the production of goods and services and all other related services in it are engaged by businesses. as well as through entrepreneurship. But identifying business opportunities, this is the key. This is the key, my dear students. But identifying business opportunities or risk management and innovations are done by entrepreneurship when compared with businesses. Yes, when compared to the business, how the entrepreneurship differs is in entrepreneurship we identify the business opportunities. What are the opportunities? Then through the opportunities, business ideas get generated, right? Then risk management, of course, when you're doing something new there are failures, but you must be a risk taker, right? That is must, and you need to be innovative. This is compared to a business, these are unique features of an entrepreneurship, right? So accordingly it is clear that all enterprises are businesses, of course. All the enterprises are businesses, whereas all businesses are not enterprises. Of course, obviously all enterprises are businesses, but all businesses are not enterprises, right? So similarly, the end results of entrepreneurship is known as business. Yes, anyhow, the end results of entrepreneurship is known as business because it is going to be the satisfying human needs and wants, right? Right. Then let us move forward. Right. The benefits of entrepreneurship. So what are the benefits of entrepreneurship, right? So let us learn that as well. So when it comes to the benefits through entrepreneurship, individual, that means you personal, institutional or social and economic benefits can be gained. Don't worry, we'll be discussing them one by one, right? So what about the individual benefits? Right now you need to think that you are an entrepreneur having an entrepreneurship firm, right? Right, you are an entrepreneur, you need to look from that point of view, what are the individual benefits you will get, right? Okay, so having opportunities to make use of individual abilities, of course. Now sometimes you may be a specialist in cooking, then you can be a chef. Individual benefits, you can make use of the individual abilities, right? Sometimes you have a good uh, public speaking talent, so you can be a counselor, right? So like that, according to that you can change, right? Sometimes you can have the abilities to be acting or directing. If you are, then you can be a director, right? So being able to, next one benefit, being able to get higher benefits through higher commitments. Yes, of course, you need to make some commitments, but you can get them. Higher benefits can be obtained, right? You are the boss, right? So creating social status and acceptance. Now when you are walking in the road, people will speak about you. He is the person who created that business, he is the person who created that unique product, and you have generated job opportunities for other people. You are not a job seeker, you are a job provider, so your social status will come up compared to other people. Having a self satisfaction, you will feel proud about yourself, you will feel self love, and you will be self satisfaction because you have generated employment opportunities, you have provided unique products, you have increased the standard of living of people, right? And obtaining personal and financial gains, of course you can obtain financial gains as well, right? All right, so let's move forward. Then institutional benefits, what are the benefits that the institution can get from this entrepreneurship? Being easy to face competition. Now here why they say being easy to face competition is, my dear students, you need to understand, when you are introducing something new, are there any competitors for you? No, right? You are the first person introducing the product, so it's easy for you to face the competition, even though there are risks, of course, but it is easy to face the competition, right? Because it is less competitors are there. You have introduced something new which has not been introduced previously. Then you can also expansion of business activities. You can expand the business activities easily once you introduce a unique product, and after that when it becomes successful, you can expand your business activities even to the global. You can develop a website and make it a global business, isn't it? Then continuous development, once you make it successful, my dear, of course continuously you can develop it. Expansion of market shares, you can expand the market shares, right? These are institutional benefits. Then becoming the expertise in the industry, so in the industry you are the best. Why? There are many sellers who are selling the same product, but your one is unique, so people will love unique products, right? So that benefit is there. So let us move to the next one. Then social and economic benefits. Okay, let us see what are the social and economic benefits. Okay, so here when it comes to social and economic benefits, creation of new employment opportunities. Yes, now main problem even in countries like Sri Lanka is there are many job holders. There are many job seekers who are searching for jobs, but there are no employment opportunities. But if we are going to be a job provider, you can generate job opportunities for those people, right? So that is one of the social and economic benefit, right? Creation of income opportunities. So of course you can earn income, and also for the other people also you create some income opportunities through. So this is one of the great thing, right? So that you can do. The next one, a rising of opportunities to consume new goods and services. So consumers, the customers, the people can consume new product, goods and services, right? New, because you have created with innovation and creativity. Then developing the standard of living of people. Of course, due to the innovation, it will increase the standard of living of people. Using regional resources for production. Yes, now, for an example, if you are producing a cream for the pimples, you can use the herbal products rather than using artificial chemicals. You can use herbal products and use the regional resources. For an example, I'm saying, then you can even provide job opportunities for those people living in that regional areas, right? Then development of new markets. Even you can easily capture the foreign markets there, because you know there is a great demand for herbal products, Sri Lanka, right? So that is that. All right. So let us move forward. Then next is the entrepreneurship and economic development. Okay, let us learn that as well. So here, entrepreneurship and economic development, the relationship between entrepreneurship and businesses can be clarified by the following points. So let us learn the relationship between them, right? So here, increase in national production as innovations are generated through entrepreneurship. Yes, of course, now you are generating innovative products using the innovations, therefore the national production will increase, right? So the entrepreneurship will contribute for the economic development, my dear students. Then second one, increase in the level of employment through producing new employment opportunities. Now there are people without jobs, so if they have a family, even their children won't be able to eat, right? So there is many problems, right? So if you are as an entrepreneur, if you are generating them job opportunities, then see, they will earn. So even it will contribute to the economic development. The economic development becomes faster through producing new employment opportunities. Of course, you are producing new employment opportunities, then that will directly uh, help for the economic development, right? Then next, let us go to the next slide. Right. So let us see here in this diagram it is shown. You can see that increase in production. So increase in production, your product is an innovative product. Now you have captured the market, it has a great demand. So the production get increased. Then due to the production increase, you will be creating new employment opportunities. Why? Now the demand for your product is higher, then you need also the people, the HR, right? You need the employees for that. So you will create new employment opportunities. Then increase in income level. So due to the employment opportunities, what? The people who were not earning before, now they will become earners. So therefore, it will increase in income level. Then once they have money in their hand, what will they do? If you have money in your hand, will you be just no? You will spend. So you are having a higher purchasing power. You can demand for goods. Then that will increase the demand for goods. Why? You have a purchasing power, so you will demand more goods, right? Ultimately, it increase the demand for goods and leading for the economic development, right? So increase in economic development through expansion of business activities and generating of new competitive markets. Even you generate new competitive markets, right? And then the second point, increase in demand for regional resources that are being used. As I mentioned before, you can use the regional resources, and the demand for those also will increase. Then creating an economic development as new businesses comes to existence. Yes, you are a new business, So it will contribute to the economic development, right? Before the business was not there, but you have established, you are providing job opportunities, you are bringing foreign currencies by through exports. So therefore, it will obviously create an economic development, right? Then trends in entrepreneurship. Now we are going to look into the trends. What are the trends in entrepreneurship? Now here we are going to discuss them one by one. So global entrepreneurship, we have global entrepreneurship, then social entrepreneurship, green entrepreneurship, then intra entrepreneurship. We are going to discuss them one by one, right? So then here global entrepreneurship. So here, engaging in trade globally, right? You are operating all around the world, right? So not only in one country. In other words, no matter wherever in the world, right? Maybe your business is wherever, but you can operate globally with the use of technology. Yes, of course. Now you see today the online businesses, right? If you have a e-commerce platform, you can sell it anywhere. The ability to work beyond the borders through communication, of course, there are no borders, right? Today with the technological development, you can sell your product to anywhere in this world with any other country or countries or places in the world. So distribution of goods and services successfully from one place to all over the world to supply products for fulfilling identified consumer needs. So you identify the consumer needs and wants, and according to that, you are going to supply of each country is harvesting the yield of entrepreneurship globally. That is how you are going to achieve the global market. To identify their needs and wants, then supply it, right? So it is important here to have known about the cultures. Of course, now if you take our culture and some other countries' culture, they are going to be different. So if you are producing a product, marketing or selling a product to their country, that product must be uh, uh, matched with their culture, right? Otherwise your product will be failure. So that must be remembered by you, right? And it is important for this to maintain a good relationship with other countries. Of course, obviously you need to do that. And nations, opportunities can be generated by identifying differences among nations and among cultures. Of course, you need to identify the opportunities. Now in some other countries the cultures are different. Therefore you need to, when marketing the product, for Sri Lanka, how you design the product is different from the other countries how you design. So according to the differences, you must know to make the changes, right? Okay, that's what the global entrepreneurship is. Then moving forward, right? Social entrepreneurship. Now let us have a discussion on this social entrepreneurship. This means to engage in innovation. Of course, you need to engage in innovation to solve social problems with the intention of social service. Yes, you are going to do something new, and that must be able to solve the social issues, right? What if you are going to manufacture eco-friendly product? Right? Okay, fine. You are not. You are considering. You are helping the environment, right? You are not polluting the environment. Eco-friendly product. Okay, fine. You are a social entrepreneur. Benefits such as mental satisfaction. You will be getting a mental satisfaction. Oh, I didn't pollute the environment. I am here. I am protecting the environment. Acceptance, then praise, mutual help, etc. are expected through social entrepreneurs, right? The aim of social entrepreneurship is to make the world a better place. Yes, of course, you need to make the world better place, right? For everyone to live. Then next, here green entrepreneurship. So here this refers to the activities done with awareness of an entrepreneur view to positively impact the natural environment. Of course, now what if you can if you are what about e-learning, right? So here when you are learning virtually, of course, now there are no any pollutions because the advertisements and everything is taking place most probably in when it comes to e-learning digital social medias. You don't put banners or and papers and pollute the environment, right? So this refers to the activities done with awareness of an entrepreneurial view to positively impact the natural environment with high risk of environmental and social problems on it. So you should not pollute the environment, right? So green entrepreneurs consider that protecting the environment is their core concept. So main concept is protecting the environment. Maybe when you are designing a product or producing a product, you are producing it in an eco-friendly manner. They are very sensitive for environmental issues, right? That is what that. Right then, they positively impact on natural environment through their business activities. Yes, you don't harm the environment. Right. Now, intra-entrepreneurship. Now, this is creative people who are in different posts in organizations. So, in organizations, right, who make changes in products and production methods, right? So, who are involving in the within the organization and who are trying to alter the product, or match the product according to the customer preferences. Change in products and production methods is done by intra-entrepreneurship through innovation, right? So top managers motivate those people to work creatively, yeah, of course, with innovation. This kind of entrepreneurship that introduces changes in an organization and implements them within an institute is known as an intra-entrepreneurship. They are the people within an organization and working for innovative products, right? Then let us move forward. Now we are coming to the all the functions that are used to do the activities such as identifying business opportunities and formulating an organization to use them is known as entrepreneurial process. Yes, of course. You need to identify the business opportunity as I mentioned first, right? Then after that, you should not see up and wait. You need to formulate an organization, because without an organization, a collection of people without working together to achieve a common task, there is no use of that business opportunity. So once you identify, of course, you need to formulate the organization. So this is what simply an entrepreneurial process is, and the steps of entrepreneurial process are given below. So let us discuss one by one. The first one is the discovery. You discover, right? You discover. Then after that, you need to do concept development and preparing the business plan. Then after that, you need to prepare a business plan, how you are going to do this stuff. Then resourcing, then actualization, then harvesting. Don't worry, we'll be studying them one by one now, right? Okay, right. So now let us learn that. Right now, here you can see step one, discovery. At the first step of the entrepreneurial process, an entrepreneur generate ideas. Yes, you will be generating ideas. Then once an idea comes, you will be searching, right? You will be searching, okay, there is an idea now. Where is the opportunity? Then you identify the opportunities through environmental study. We will be conducting an environmental study. You will be then identify the opportunity which matches with you with the generated idea, and studies the marketplace as well, and also you also study the marketplace as well. Then concept development and preparing step number two. Then you need to develop concept development and preparing business plan. In this step, a business plan is prepared. It presents a detailed program which clarifies the business idea. Now in step one, you have generated the idea, right? And step number two, a detailed program which clarifies the business idea will be done in step number two, right? Then step number three is resourcing. In this step is where the entrepreneur identifies financial, human, and physical resources that are needed to start the business. Yes, without resources, can you do a business? No, you need financial resources, money. You need the employees, human, then physical resources, and he tries to acquire them, right? You need to acquire them. Then step number four is actualization. In this step, the entrepreneur carries out the operational activities and he uses resources to fulfill the aims of business. So he uses the resources captured in the step number three to fulfill the aims of the business, right? Then step number five is harvesting. So this is the step in which the entrepreneur takes decisions regarding the future growth. Right now, how we are going to develop the business in future, and that will be done in the step number five, which is referred to as harvesting. Right. Let us move forward. Now let us here there is a definition. Let us have a look into that. Right. An entrepreneur can simply be identified as one who generates innovations, of course, by extracting environmental opportunities creatively while taking risks. Of course, you see the opportunity, then you generate an innovative product. Of course, when you are doing that, of course, there is a risk. But as an entrepreneur, you shall be able to take risks. Okay, right. Then let's move forward. So the difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman can be shown as follows. So entrepreneur, you can see he commences a business with his own idea or new concept. You are doing something new with your own idea, right? But a businessman commences a business with an existing idea or concept. So businessman does what someone is doing already. But entrepreneur, no, new thing that is not done before. Unique product, right? So then the second one, the opponent of the entrepreneur is himself. Of course, the opponent is going to be the entrepreneur himself because there is no competitor. But businessman has other business opponents. Then the entrepreneur prepares himself for new business opportunities. Yes, he himself prepared for new business opportunities, but businessman is always engaged in his business activities, of course. Then entrepreneur is an innovator, always searching for new things, trying creative things, is an innovator, but businessman is traditionist, right? Then entrepreneur faces risks. Of course, he faces risks when doing something. Of course, there are risks, so he must be able to face. But a businessman engaged in activities protectively, right? So they do that in protective manner. Then the entrepreneur, the last difference is when problems arises, faces them courageously to overcome them. Yes, even though thousand or how many problems comes, never give up. Entrepreneur main, I will say the most, you should never give up. Again and again, uh, you need to chase for your passion. But businessman gets discouraged when faced with difficulties, right? They get discouraged, right? Then some entrepreneurial characteristics are given below. Let us discuss one by one. So if you are going to be an entrepreneur, you must have these characteristics, right? So you must be able to willing to take risks. He likes to face risks rather than avoid risks, but facing any risk is not meant by this. Yes, of course, you must be able to face risk, right? But facing any risk is not mean by this, okay? The second point, creativity. You need to be creative. Okay, this refers to the ability to see, think, and take actions differently. If you take the world leading entrepreneurs, they they didn't see the same thing how other people see something. They saw that in a different manner. People will say, "Oh, why are you doing this? Why are you seeing this in a different manner? Why are you trying this in a different manner?" No, but if you think that this is right and I can convert this to a successful uh, enterprise in a future, of course, then you can do that. Commitment. Of course, this refers to work with great enthusiasm until he achieves his objectives, right? So until you achieve that, of course, even though you meet thousand failures, still you chase for your achievement, right? Objective until you fulfill your objective, achieve your objective. Then self confidence. While an entrepreneur has to face several problems, he has the belief that he can successfully overcome them. Yes, even though you fail, no, I will do this. I have the confidence. I believe in myself, and you do it with self-confidence. Of course, you need to have that characteristics if you need to be an entrepreneur. Self-reliant, he has a desire to put his own ideas into effect rather than being dependent on others' ideas, as I mentioned before. You believe in yourself, you have your own idea, then why? Then start doing it, right? Right. Next, let us move on to the next one. All right. Then some entrepreneurial skills are given below, right? Leadership skills. So he is the lead of his business. Of course, if you are an entrepreneur, you are the lead of your business. He leads the followers formally by encouraging them to get the work done. So you have to get the work done. You need to encourage the people. Otherwise, no one will do the work. Then interpersonal skills is maintains a favorable relationship, right? You must maintain a favorable relationship with both internal and external parties. Internal here it means your employees, then external is the customers. Then communication skills. So information is a resource for him. So maintain a proper coordination to achieve objectives. Of course, this also you must also have a good communication skill. Then basic management skills. That possesses basic management skills such as you must be able to plan, organize, lead, and control. Right? Okay. Then given below are the ways of developing entrepreneurial characteristics and skills. So how to develop them? You will ask a question. So here are the ways to do that. So self evaluation. First, now you need to evaluate yourself, right? You need to do that by yourself. No one can do it for you. You need to do. So self evaluation. First, one should identify entrepreneurial competencies specifically, and then he should conduct a self evaluation such as to what extent those competencies are present in him. That's what I told you. You need to do what you love, not what others love, right? If you're interested in cooking, then you can be and go in that way, right? If you are interested in public speaking, you are good at that, then go in that way. Don't do what others like, do what you like, follow your passion to be an entrepreneur, right? um, to what extent those competencies are present in him, what competencies he doesn't have, and what competencies are there within him, and that should further be developed. Sometimes you may have, but that is not enough. Of course, then you can develop, right? You need to see what are the ways you are going to develop that, right? Then training, participating in various training programs to develop his entrepreneurial competencies. Of course, there are training programs conducted, so you can participate for those things and start developing. Don't think tomorrow is the best day. No, start today itself, right? Education on entrepreneurship apart from general education. Yes, education and education on entrepreneurship, you do that apart from the general education. Profiting from experiences, the experience gained through working in other enterprises or by working as an entrepreneur himself. Of course, maybe sometimes you will work under someone, you might have experience, even that is fine, but more than that, if you have some, or by working as entrepreneur himself, you can use those experiences as well, right? Okay, this brings the end of this entrepreneurship lesson, right? Okay,